first guest tonight has starred in such films as Sex, Lies, and Videotape, Groundhog Day, and 4 Weddings and a Funeral. Her latest is Just the Ticket, co-starring Mr. Andy Garcia. Please welcome Andie MacDowell.
I'm great.
You look fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Well, we had your co-star in the movie, Andy Garcia, on the show last night. I hadn't met him before. He's a nice guy.
Oh, he's so charming, and he said he had a great time. I saw him today, and he loved the whole dog deal y'all did. The things with the dogs.
Yeah, Triumph, the insult comic, made a visit last night, and that freaked people out. Yeah.
Oh, he loved it.
He liked
Whatever
it, yeah.
it was.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad he enjoyed himself. You got a lot to talk about tonight. This must be a big deal for you. You just moved back to your home state, which is North Carolina. Is that right?
Yes. I've been gone for 20 years, and I'm moved back.
Now, are you going to get, like, the quintessential sort of, like, North Carolina house, you know? When I think North Carolina, I think Andy Griffith. You know what I mean? I think, like, small-town America.
I go to that town because I keep a couple of horses there, the horse trainer, and I go to the town.
There's not a real town.
Yeah, there is, actually.
It's a TV show.
I know, but there is a town.
Oh, my God.
But anyway, I have it right now. I'm living in a minute house because we're renting.
Tiny house.
I mean, a small house for 5 people, 5 big people, 5 big, loud, messy people.
Right.
That I have to pick up after all the time. But
right. Is it one of my favorite things about the South? I do love a Southern accent. I wish I had a Southern accent. I think it makes women very attractive. I think it makes guys seem cool. I think it's a very cool accent. What's it like in North Carolina? What's that accent like? Or?
Oh, well, it depends. It varies. You know, it depends on where you go. It's a funny thing because there's the mountain version and the low country version, so it changes. My kids are determined that they're not going to have Southern accents, but they're already starting to have them. But the one thing I did go back there for is I wanted to teach them really good manners. And in the South, they do. The kids have great manners there.
You think northern kids just are jerks?
They're just jerks.
Is that what you're saying?
No, but it's a different way of life. You know, it's a big country. I mean, if you look at Europe and how many countries are over there,
right.
Each state here has its own individual little nuances. And I think one of the great things that the South does have is...
nice manners.
Good manners. They raise gentlemen. My father is a classic gentleman. I mean, always opens the car door. He stands at the table, waits for the women to sit down. He walks on the outside of the sidewalk. I mean, I grew up with all these things. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. To some people, it sounds really bizarre.
So your kids,
but
your kids are like, yes, 'em, no 'em. They're like that,
yes,
you know.
Yes, ma'am. Not yes, 'em, no 'em.
Well, I used to do that.
Yes, 'em, no 'em.
Well, I used to do that to my mom. Whenever we had company, and my mom would tell me, "Oh, and Conan, could you run in and get the pitcher of iced tea?" I'd go, "Yes, 'em," directly, and I would do it to make it look to all the neighbors like she beat me or something, you know. Just to be a jerk, I'd be like, yes, 'em, directly. And they'd be like, what do you do to that kid? She's like, nothing, I don't do anything to him.
It's a really sweetness. It's a real sweet thing there. Yeah.
And but your kids are learning it, which is nice.
Yes.
That's important. Andy, I guess your husband plays golf, and I was talking with Andy Garcia last night about golf, and he's a big golfer. And then I'm reading an article today that says that you find golfing really sexy. Is that true? I mean, golfing is not sexy.
You know, I had to because it was a game my husband loved, and we have so many things that we do separately. I had to find some positive aspect about it. I used to hate it. It used to irritate me so much. You go to these hitting ranges, and I used to frustrate me because everybody looks so happy, and I couldn't understand why. A stick, a ball, and hitting it and looking for a hole. I didn't know why they were so happy. And the clothes are awful. I mean, those lime green and pink. And what are they doing in those clothes, those guys? So I finally,
get to the sexy.
Anyway,
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's the least sexy sport.
I've really been trying. So I go there and I play a few holes with him and get in the little cart. And the carts are kind of fun. Drive out there and it's pretty.
The carts are sexy.
Yeah, it's pretty. And I was watching. I was looking at these guys. And there were 4 men out there. And they were kind of all talking to each other. And they were tall and lanky and had great figures. And they kept putting their hands in their pockets and taking out these balls and bending over and putting them on these little things. And had these sticks. And they were all chatting. And they seemed all happy. And
now that you talk about it that way.
And I was trying to say, you know, God,
keep going.
They look kind of sexy, these guys.
Right, right. So now you're into it.
Now I'm into it, yeah. I'm doing the best I can.
It depends, I think. I think maybe some people can look sexy playing golf. I've tried to play golf like 2 times. It's the least sexy looking thing in the world. Because I just can't. I am the least coordinated person in America.
It's really
and
bad when you swing and you hit the ball. Isn't that a bummer?
It happens so randomly for me, you know, but I'm
I
mostly...
meant when you miss the ball. That's what I meant. You swing and you don't even hit the ball.
Right. You said it's so frustrating when you hit the ball. I thought, what version of golf are you playing?
I'm tired.
It's so hard to miss every time. Oh.
Oh, when you get in the ground, you just hit the ground and you hit a big whack.
That's what I do a lot. There's always turf flying everywhere.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the movie Just the Ticket.
It's a great movie. It's a really, really charming movie. I'm so happy. And Andy Garcia is just, if you loved him in other movies, he's irresistible in this movie. He does such a great job.
And he plays a ticket scalper.
A ticket scalper, yes.
And it's actually a guy that goes to, apparently he's a ticket scalper who goes so low that he scalps Pope visit to New York tickets.
He's really desperate.
Which is like, that's a whole new low, I would think, for scalping. I bet it really happens in real life. I bet people are like scalping Pope tickets.
Oh, yeah, they probably are.
Who wants Pope tickets? And so there's a scene in the movie where he's trying to do that, I guess. Right?
Yes. Yes.
And is this movie something then where you guys hadn't worked together before, have you?
No, it's the first time.
Right.
I just love him though. He's so charming.
Yeah.
And he does such a great job in this movie.
Right. I find it hard because sometimes, you know, sometimes women are like, isn't he? I had my cousin wanted to come to the show yesterday because she loves Andy Garcia, and after the show, she was like, isn't he just so sexy?
Everybody.
And I hate it when women say that to guys because you're kind of like, yeah, he's hot, you know? What are guys supposed to say in that situation?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I just went with he's hot, and it freaked everybody out. We have a clip here from the movie. Is that right, or we don't have a clip? Oh, there's no clip. Okay.
Oh, wow.
All right. Sorry
I had
about
something
that.
important I was going to say to you, but I completely forgot what it was.
It's very late at night, and you know what? No one's ever said anything real important to me before, so I wouldn't worry about it. I did want to ask you before you went about the Muppets movie. You did a movie with Miss Piggy.
Did a movie with Miss Piggy. That was a lot of fun. I get in a fight with Miss Piggy. We did this whole scene. Her legs are wrapped around my neck, kind of tossing my head back and forth. And then you see her legs flying through the air and me pounding her. And
It was like Quentin Tarantino directed. It's a whole new Muppet movie. You're going down, pig. What the hell? I gotta see this version. This sounds really good.
It was fun. It really was.
All right. I just am fascinated by the Muppets, so I wanted to hear about that. Just the Ticket opens next Friday.
Yes.
And thank you very much for coming by. And if you remember that real important thing, just call me anytime.
I'll call you up. Let you know
okay,
what
Andie MacDowell, thank you very much for being here.
Thank
Good to have you on the show. Andie MacDowell, everybody. Tony V coming up. We'll take a break.